Oh yeah, we did. Oh man. Yeah. Somebody pull up on their phone. Like, look, man.
I see it. Yeah, I see it right now too. I'm there.
Let me see. Kano. All right, man. Oh man, it's all good, man. All right, hey, Shalom, Makiam. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh. Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Love to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We are the Hebrew Israelites, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. And according to the Holy Scriptures, we're God's chosen people. Shalom to all the brothers out there pushing his knowledge and sincerity and truth. Shalom to all the Israelite foreigners scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Shalom to all the elect, man. The hopeful elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh, the one that can be called God or Jehovah in the Hebrew tongue. And his son name is Yahushai, the one that can be called Jesus Christ in the Hebrew tongue. That's all according to the Bible, man. We're here to bring the truth to our people, the elect, and prophesy against this wicked kingdom, known in the scriptures as Babylon the Great. We are some very beautiful times, man, where the Most High is about to level us up in the spirit and his might, man, through this word, through prophecy, man, the year of prophecy, brothers.
That's right.
Time to go hard, brothers, man, through the spirit, man. The best you can do, just do it, man, through the spirit, man. So yeah, man, hey, man, Lord willing, is a beautiful show. Much love and respect, man. Once again, double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, man.
That's right.
The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah
Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushai.
The water.
Aman. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into some history to prove that, man, we're God's people.
That's right.
The Most High is about to get us up out of this captivity, man. We about to receive a kingdom real soon. Yes, we must, some of us must go through persecution, get locked up, and be martyrs, man. But to receive a kingdom, man, the Most High is in control all the time, man. So it's like it's sooner the better, man.
I gotta preach about.
The sooner the better, Go ahead, bro.
This is Sirach chapter 36, verse 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit thou them as from the beginning.
As from the beginning, man. Because you go into our history, we were I would say that we are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father that was given a Pacific land in the Middle East. He made a covenant with our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? And part of the covenant is for us to receive that land over there in Israel. So the Israelites, we once dwelt in the land of Israel, man, thousands of years ago. And we got driven up out of our country, according to the Bible, due to the fact prophecy must take place, man, because the Heavenly Father has a master plan. You understand what I'm saying? Now we have been driven through the four corners of the earth. The bulk of us are over here in the United States of America, man. So let the Spirit bear witness with our spirit, with this truth, man. Every person be fully persuaded in your own mind. Let the Spirit bear witness that we are the children of the Most High, man.
That's right.
Through prophecy of the Heavenly Father in the Bible, broken down the right way, man. So, first scripture, somebody give me Romans 8 and 16. And somebody gave Jeremiah 17 and 4. Somebody gave me Deuteronomy 4 and 26, man. Go through this lesson real quick. All right, so go ahead with our Romans.
This is Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yeah, the spirit of what? The spirit of truth, man.
Right.
The spirit of truth. All right, that we are what?
That we are the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's right, man. So yeah, we are in the third world countries. We're the ones in the ghettos. We're the ones in the projects. You know what I'm saying? What else, man? In the third, the third world countries, man. Latin and South America. Yep. We're the poor. It represents us, man.
Slaughtered.
All right. The ones that's getting gunned down the streets, where the prisons are populated with us. We're that people, man. But the Most High chosen elect. Like those crazy ass people, man. Straight up. Right. Jake is bugged out. He chosen a small remnant, man, that he's gonna give them the kingdom to bring back the whole nation, man.
That's right.
And to rule with his son. You understand? That's what this thing is about, man. The Most High is bringing us back, man.
That's right.
To his people. For us being his people, man. Excuse me. This is a very, very beautiful time we in, man. You know, yeah, brother's gonna get persecuted, but you gotta look at man. After that, then what, man? So one more time.
Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Yeah, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, you're going through the same thing we're going through.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? You got conquered by who? By the freaking gringo, so-called white man. The Judites, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, we got put in cargo slave ships by the goddamn gringos, man. We live in LA together, live in the Bronx together. You understand? During slavery, they shipped a lot of so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians to Central and South America, man.
That's right.
And we came together, and major slave uprising happened, man. Somebody give me that Jeremiah 17:4, man. So we back again. Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave you.
Right, so part of our heritage, we got kicked up out of our land, man. That's the heritage. Part of it, man. All right? And under King David and King Solomon, that we ruled the whole planet at that time, the known world, man.
That's right.
For 80 years, the Israelites, man. King David was a so-called black man, and King Solomon was a so-called black man. Scriptures go into King Solomon hair features, man.
That's right.
You know, his hair texture and all that good stuff, man. He had woolly hair.
That's right. Black and common.
Yeah, man. Get that real quick. There was a battle rap I saw. I guess that whack ass nigga Aaron Solomon. And Jake ate him up with Songs of Solomon 1 and 5, man.
So, yeah, that's right.
He was a Khazar. He's a piece of shit, man.
That's right.
It's a little bit off the topic, but go ahead, bro.
This is Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. I am black, but commonly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
Right, man. I think that word there for black is shakar. Shakar. Let me get the I got it written down in my Bible. If brothers could pull it up and yeah, it means dark skin. It means dark skin. All right. One more time, brother.
Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. I am black, but commonly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun have looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards.
Right, that's it on that, man. 1 and 5. Let me
Ishakar, I looked it up.
no, oh yeah. Shakar, dusky, jetty black, blackish color of face. When you go into it, you understand what I'm saying? In verse 10, he says, what is it at? Go to verse 10, man. I'm sorry. Go to start at verse 8. Check this out, man.
Songs of Solomon 1 and 8. If thou know not, O thou fairest among women, go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock, and feed thy kids beside the shepherd's tent.
That's this word going up. Go ahead.
I have compared thee, O my love, to a company of horses and Pharaoh's chariots. Thy cheeks are commonly with rows of jewels.
Thy cheeks are commonly with the rows of jewels. That means they had gold in his mouth, man.
That's right.
Grills.
That's right.
Grills. When you go into it, thy cheeks are commonly with the rows of jewels, and thy neck what?
Thy neck with chains of gold.
Who like to rock them gold chains?
Yep.
Right there, man.
You had Kanye West say in one of his songs, he says, it's in the soul of a black man to wear that gold.
Man.
That's right.
King Solomon was a Judite.
Right. It tells you when the brother got it, and Nature Knows Little Color Line, how the Israelites like to wear the ornaments of silver and gold.
Yeah, that's right.
It tells you when Nature Knows No Color Line.
That's right.
Right. Go to Deuteronomy 4 and 26.
This is Deuteronomy 4:26. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land.
Off the land. We got taken out of our land, man. And that happened on the Northern Kingdom, because that's the history we're going into. Got taken out of there, man. Was the first one to go under the Assyrian captivity. And then Judah, Benjamin, Levi, they were the only ones left in that region for a long period of time. But you had some northerners scattered in there. But the bulk of the North, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Puerto Ricans, so-called Mexicans, you know, the so-called Latinos, you came over here since around like 724 BC.
That's right.
in the North, Central, and South Americas, man. You understand what I'm saying? You came over here on ships. Okay? Because we had that type of information, man. We were very highly intelligent people at one point. Okay? So we got kicked part of our heritage. We lost our land, man.
That's right.
We lost our nationality. We lost who we are as a people. So now the Most High, according to prophecy, in the last days, he's going to bring us back.
That's right.
And you have Jake looking like the other nations and all that, man.
Yep.
Finish that off, bro.
Whereunto you go over Jordan to possess it, ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed.
Yup. Yeah, man. So, hey, that's dealing with the land of Israel right there, man.
Yeah.
Somebody give me Joshua 23, 15 through 16. Oh, shit, man. Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
Joshua.
that's what's coming out here, man.
Oh, yeah.
This is Joshua 23 and 15. Therefore it shall come to pass that as all good things are come upon you, which the Lord thy power promised you, so shall the Lord bring upon you all evil things.
Yeah, man. So, hey, man, Most High, pretty much put us in captivity, man, and teach us a lesson. This isn't education like Ella Yaikwab that passed on said, man. This is the effects. What you're witnessing is the effects of not keeping the commandments of the Most High, man. This is the negative effects. And the one that's ruling over us is Esau, man. So the Heavenly Father is bringing us back.
That's right.
We coming out of these curses, man. We about to level up, brothers.
That's right.
Let me finish in Joshua real quick.
So shall Yahweh Shem Yahushai bring upon you all evil things until he have destroyed you from off this good land which the Lord your power have given you.
Right, so that's what happened to the Israelites. We got taken out of our land. So who the hell are those people over there in the land of Israel today?
Yeah.
Claiming that they're the real Jews. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't add. If people read the Bible, it doesn't add up with the Bible, man. But according to prophecy, the scripture said that the Gentiles gonna be dwelling in our land, man.
That's right.
You heathens.
The heathens.
Bastards shall do in that.
Yeah, bastards shall dwell in the land of Israel. That's in the Bible as well.
That's right.
Come.
You understand? You got that quick precept, then we gonna get into the split of the
Yeah.
Let me somebody give me 1 Kings 11,
I got you.
and you're gonna read from 1 to 13.
This is
No, hold on, brother.
I'm sorry.
And then you're gonna read 26 to 43. If somebody give me 1 Kings chapter 12, you're gonna read from verse 1 to 33, Bob. Sure. Bob, sure, brother. Hey, get your precept, bro.
This is Baruch 4 and 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
He was sold. Who the people, man? We're the only one that got sold, man. It's still getting sold out. You understand? These things are written in the scriptures, man. And that's is only dealing with us, man.
That's right.
Like some of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Seminole Indians.
Yeah.
You understand? You really open up your eyes, man. But all you Israelites are going to see in the last days, man, when you were telling the truth.
That's right.
You know, because the Lord's going to allow Esau to come over as propaganda and all that. And it's all according to Bible prophecy, man.
That's right.
We got the playbook. We got the script.
That's right.
And in the end, we going to be on top, man.
That's right.
Right.
That's factual, man.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
Straight up, man. Somebody give me our 1 Kings 11, verse 1 to 13.
This is the book of First Kings, chapter.
Hey, that brother Muatazak was a call, man. I don't know, that brother's check your phones. I don't know what phone you gonna call.
Yeah, was that it in your precept, bro?
Nah, I didn't even finish it. So.
Yeah, you have a little bit more than that.
Baruch 4 and 6 says, you were sold to the nations.
Oh, yeah, come on. It's like it.
No, it's okay, brother. It says, you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies.
Unto the enemies, man. We got delivered, taken down as a nation unto the enemies. The so-called white race, the Edomites, the Chinese, the Japanese. Who else? Them Africans, man. Then the Arabs. Those East Indians. Those are our enemies, man. All right? And Khazars and false-ass Jews. That's why they come up with all this anti-Semitic shit.
Yeah.
Got, false flag, a big-ass Jake talking about, man, what the fuck? That's all to come against us.
Yeah. That's right.
With his word, man. But, hey, man, we got the blueprint. We got, man, we're going to win.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? Go ahead real quick.
This is Deuteronomy. This is 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring you.
No. I got that on deck, brother.
It's a lot.
You kind of jumped the gun, bro. I said, yeah, man. Let me get our 1 Kings 11, verse 1 to 13, real quick.
This is the book of First Kings, chapter 11, starting at 1. It says, but King Solomon loved many strange women.
So we just read, the feature of King Solomon. He was a so-called black man. All right? And it said he loved many strange women. He had a lot of wives, man. Under King Solomon, we were living it up. Everybody was decked out with gold, the baddest garments. He had gold shields. Jake was having gold dust in their hair.
That's right.
We were decked out as a nation, man.
Even the doorman looked like.
Yeah, and there was peace in the land. 40 years of peace. Can you imagine that?
Can't even stretch our legs right now.
But this peace gonna be everlasting, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh,
Who are Africans. Go ahead.
women of the Moabites,
Or Chinese today.
Ammonites,
Japanese.
Edomites.
Edomites, what? So-called white woman. Zidonians and the Hittites.
Rosy cheeks are.
Yeah, man. All heathen women, man. He fell in love with the heathen Punani, man. All right? Let's be real. And this is what, he was a man in the flesh, and it was prophesied for him to go off, man. You know what I'm saying? Every different, it was different parts of this movie. So we at the end of it right now.
That's right.
And everything is written in this book for the remembrance of the elect, the initiated souls.
That's right.
Go ahead.
This is verse 2. It says, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you.
Yep.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
Yep, he fell in love with them. Go ahead.
It says, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines.
Man, living it up.
Yeah.
1,000 women. And guess what he said? I find more bitter than death the woman. Because why? He had this many wives.
Yeah.
Whose hearts are snares and nets.
That's right.
Damn.
That's a lot of drama, yo.
Experience.
That's a lot of experience. That's why that man was able to say that. And you look the precepts up. That's where he got it from.
Yeah.
So he knows a woman, man.
Yep, that's right.
And brothers are finding out right now, man. Damn. Anyways, go ahead.
Verse 4, it says, for it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
So he became an idolater, man. Started messing with the left-hand side.
It says, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord, his power.
With Yahweh's power.
Yeah. It says, as was the heart of David, his father.
Yep. So King David, when he was set up, that was 40 years of war. He went to war with these nations, man. So we had to, you know, wipe out these land, set up garrisons in order to have peace. So that's the tabernacle of David the Lord is bringing back, man. But right now it's a spiritual thing.
That's right.
You gotta go out, stand outside. I've been had this, man. Stand outside with toy soldiers' army fatigues on, man.
Right.
Looking ridiculous, man. You know?
Yep.
Go ahead.
If I could say this too, like that, the Hebrew word for idol is malapatazaf, and it means an horrible thing,
Right.
or a disgusting thing. Idolatry is one of the biggest offenses that you can do if you're an Israelite. You know, and it's in the Big Ten, as how Jake says it, the Ten Commandments. You know, but that's one of the things that King Solomon fell upon, and that's a lesson that needed to be taught.
Yup. Because, hey, man, to become a god, you got to know both sides of the spectrum.
That's right.
That's right.
So we master the wickedness. Now it's time to gain the righteousness, man. To become gods.
That's right.
So Esau is not a god. He's a puny little man.
That's right.
Like the Hulk when he smashed Loki.
Yeah.
Puny god. You're not going to reach immortality, man.
Nope.
That's right. That's right.
You're not the real Jews, man. You're not the people of the Bible.
Nope.
Continue, man.
It says, verse 5, for Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians.
Hamites.
It says, and after Milcom, the abomination of the
The
Ammonites.
abomination of the Ammonites.
Yeah.
Japanese, man. They still worship these gods today, you know,
Yeah.
but there's different names today, man.
That's right.
Fertility gods.
Go ahead.
And Solomon did evil in the sight of Yahweh, and went not fully after Yahweh, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of
The
Moab.
abomination of the Chinese, man. Go ahead.
It says, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Moab, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
Man, Molech. And you know, they use Molech to sacrifice children and all that, man.
Yeah.
Solomon was going off.
Yeah.
That's witchcraft, man. See that? Crazy, man. Go ahead. This thing is deep.
Yeah, even to these days, the Moabites and the Ammonites hold penis worshiping festivals. Man. That's the type of shit they worship, man. They bowing down to it in temples and all that, man. That's why the Lord said, abomination of the god of, you know, the abominable god of Moab, you know?
Abomination of
they
Moab. The abomination of Ammon.
Yeah.
The fucking abomination you Edomites, man.
Yeah, for real. Hey, and now this year coming up is for the Chinese known as the Year of the Ox, which is supposed to promote fertility. You know what I mean? Fucking idols, man.
God, man. Continue.
Verse 8, it says, and likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods.
Sacrifice. What kind of sacrifice were they doing? You know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the animals and shit.
Animals, who knows, man?
Their children too.
Yeah, man. Think it's deep, man.
That says it in the scripture, made our children pass through the fire for Molech.
Yeah, man. This ain't no light thing. This is our history. Right here. This is in BC era. It is around in my Bible. It says what around 984 BC. Yeah, that's how far your history goes back to the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? Your history don't fucking start in Mexico or fucking Guyana or Jamaica, man. All right?
Jungles of West Africa.
Or fucking America, bro, from the South.
Yeah.
Right.
History goes back to the Bible, man. Thousands of years of information, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, and Yahweh was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from Yahweh, the power of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods. But he kept not that which Yahweh commanded. Wherefore Yahweh said unto Solomon, forasmuch as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee.
Yeah, part of the kingdom of the nations being together, man. and we got split up, and we lost our land. And here we are again today, man. So part of Yahweh Shai dying on the cross and getting whooped like this for the sins he commit back then too. Because King Solomon is Yahweh Shai, man, the reincarnation.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
It says, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and I will give it to thy servant.
Thy servant, which is it was his son. No, Jeroboam.
That's right.
Salakia. Go ahead.
Notwithstanding, in thy days I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. Howbeit I will
thy
not.
son, Rehoboam. Proud ass, man.
Yeah.
That dude was proud, man. Go ahead.
Howbeit I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son David. But will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
Go ahead. So, hey, okay, read that again.
Okay, verse 13 again. It says, howbeit I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David,
right,
my servant's sake.
Right, so that's dealing with the southern kingdom. The split happened because King Solomon went off, and the southern kingdom dealing with Judah, Benjamin, Levi, really was ruled by Rehoboam. Continue.
It says, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
Right, and that's dealing with the northern kingdom. Consists of the Negro, consists of Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, man, today. Go ahead.
Verse 14, it says, and Yahweh stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite.
Mm-hmm.
He was of the king's seed in Edom.
Right.
For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab, the captain of the host, was gone up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom. For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom.
Woo! It's about to happen all over again, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says that Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him, to go into Egypt, Hadad being yet a little child.
Right, so yeah, that's the point on that. Now give me 26 to 43.
It said,
No, I gotta knock this out, brother. 26 to 43, go ahead.
This is verse 26. And Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, an Ephrathite of Zeradah.
Right, so this is Jeroboam, this is King Solomon's servant that received the northern kingdom. He was the leader, the northern kingdom. Rehoboam was the leader of the southern kingdom, so the kingdom got split into the north and south. The southerners from the south side, or you from the north side.
Yeah.
All over again, right?
We're not making it up.
We're not making it up. We got a bunch of wild grapes. The scripture talk about. We got Grape Street out here. Yeah. Wild grapes. Wild grapes, man.
Sureños,
yeah, man. So Sureños and Norteños. That's the north versus the south.
Red and blue.
Right here, man. Yeah, bro. That's where it started. So Jake, during this time frame, we was in a civil war.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a certain time out here in LA, Judah and Issachar was tripping, man, with each other. It goes all the way back to this, man. The kingdom got split, and that was all part of a learning process, man. These are the things we got to go through as a nation. Go ahead.
It says, in Jeroboam, this is 1 Kings 11 and 26. And Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, an Ephrathite of Zeradah, Solomon's servant, whose mother's name was Zeruiah, a widow woman, even he lifted up his hand against the king.
Yep. Because why, man? When you start sinning against the Most High, send these spirits out and start like what you call in the turmoil within within your rulership, man. Your kingdom starts falling apart. Whatever you got, man, got going on. People start turning against you.
Friction.
Yeah, friction start happening, man. And people start rebelling. You know, this is going on with Esau right now, man.
That's right. Huh?
It's time for him to go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 27, and this was the cause that he lifted up his hand against the king. Solomon built Millo and repaired the breaches of the city of David, his father. And the man Jeroboam was a mighty man of valor. And Solomon, seeing the young man that he was industrious, he made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph.
Yep. The house of Joseph is dealing with what? The northern kingdom. So he was the top guy doing the northern kingdom. He was an Ephraimite, so-called Puerto Rican. Okay? Facts, man. You know, Joseph was an Ephraimite. You know what I'm saying? I came out of Rachel. Baby Joseph, man. He was sold into Egypt by his brothers and became a governor or ruler under the Pharaoh in ancient Egypt, man. Right. Egypt was great because of Israel.
That's right, Alex.
And he was looking like an Egyptian. You know? Yeah, man. That's how deep your history goes back.
Damn, bro. And Joseph means Yahwasap in Hebrew, which means he shall add. And he added the two tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim.
Right.
That's right.
One is called Parium. Ephraim, the Hebrew, means I am fruitful. For having a lot of children. And Manasseh, the Cubans, Manasseh means made to forget. Meaning, like, you know, Puerto Ricans will, you know, have more popularity than both you guys, man. I mean, than your tribe. You know? They continue, brother.
It says, and it came to pass at that time when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah, the Shilonite, found him in the way. And he had clad himself with a new garment, and they too were alone in the field. And Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him and rent it in 12 pieces.
Was representation of the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces. For thus said Yahweh, the power of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon.
Yep.
And will give 10 tribes to thee.
That's the 10 tribes. That came over here are written in the Apocrypha. Those are the lost 10 tribes that Christopher Columbus spoke about.
That's right.
And he used the book of Esdras to come over here.
Yep.
You know, the rest of the freaking conquistadors, they got books, different things that they came over and they witnessed. And like some with the Bible, these are the people.
That's right.
I got it if you want it.
Not yet, bro.
Okay.
The 10 tribes.
What you supposed to get? Oh, second is 13. Yeah, I got it on my list.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. Finish that off, brother.
It says, and he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces. For thus said Yahweh, the power of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and will give 10 tribes to thee. But he shall have one tribe for my servant's sake, for my servant David's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
Yep.
Because that they have forsaken me, and have worshipped Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Chemosh, the god of the Moabites, and Milcom, the god of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways to do that which is right in mine eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments, as did David his father. Howbeit, I will not take the whole kingdom out of his hand.
Yeah, because pretty much we're going to come back into power, man. It's one nation. This was prophecy that had to be fulfilled. Go ahead.
But I will make him prince all the days of his life for David my servant's sake, whom I chose, because he kept my commandments and my statutes. But I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand, and will give it unto thee, even 10 tribes, and unto his son will I give one tribe, that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem.
Yeah, we can start with the tribe of Judah. But it was the house of Judah, you know. Go ahead.
The city which I have chosen me to put my name there.
Yeah, Jerusalem, man. This is our land. So we fit the prophecies of not being in our freaking land, man. That's where it started, right here. You know, in the latter end of King Solomon's rule. Then you have the Assyrians that came up against us, man. And they snatched up the northern kingdom. And after that, the Babylonians, man, the Assyrian Babylonians snatched up Judah, Benjamin, Levi. And Judah, Benjamin, Levi are the only ones was in that region around that time frame, all the way to the Roman Empire. A little mixture of the north as well. The majority of the north is already over here, man.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all. We got vast history of the inspiration, power of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, and our teachers, man, writing this book. Go ahead. What verse you want, bro?
37.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
It says, and I will take thee, and thou shalt reign according to all that thy soul desireth, and shalt be king over Israel. And it shall be, if thou wilt hearken unto all that I command thee, and will walk in my ways, and do that is right in my sight, to keep my statutes and my commandments, as David my servant did, that I will be with thee, and build thee a sure house, as I built for David, and will give Israel unto thee. And I will for this afflict the seed of David, but not forever.
Not forever, man. Man, we at the end of our afflictions, man. We know we're going to go through this persecution. After that, man, it's a wrap. Yahweh Shai going to show up.
That's right.
We're going to break up World War III, man. This thing with Iran is popping.
That's right.
You know, I believe they got attacked or something.
Yep.
You know, so.
Destroyed the U.S. Embassy over there.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So things is going on in Iran, man.
They raided it too.
It raided the U.S. Embassy, man.
Yeah, that's big.
So we're about to level up, man.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says verse 39 again. It says, and I will for this afflict the seed of David, but not forever. Solomon sought therefore to kill Jeroboam. And Jeroboam arose and fled into Egypt, unto Shishak.
Why are you fleeing to Egypt, man? I mean, he's a dark-skinned man. A man of pigmentation, man. Come on. Come on, that's a cut.
Yeah.
Egypt would be, it wasn't white people freaking ruling Egypt, man, around that time frame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Little fucking Arabs.
Right.
The Egyptians were dark-skinned people, man, and Hamites.
Right.
Africans, man. See that? That was a cut.
Yeah, that's a hell of a cut, bro. Hey, when you read it also too, like the scripture said, there's nothing new under the sun. You read in Revelation, the 12th chapter, how Israel fled out of the Roman Empire in 70 AD into Africa to hide.
That's right.
It's the same thing. Where else are you going to hide? You know, there weren't no bunch of so-called white men in Africa at that time. You know what I mean?
Even Joseph and Mary.
Right, even Joseph and Mary.
They had to take baby Yahweh Shai into Egypt. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Can y'all keep that closed, please, man?
Go ahead.
Put your demons out there, man. Go ahead.
Read verse 41.
Yeah. Finish that off, man.
It says, and the rest of the acts of Solomon, and all that he did, and his wisdom, are they not written in the book of the acts of Solomon?
So we got Songs of Solomon. You got the Wisdom of Solomon. You got the book of Ecclesiastes.
Proverbs.
You got Proverbs. Yes, Sirach. You wrote Sirach too?
Ecclesiastes, right?
There's no Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
No, Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, man. Ecclesiastes, man. That's a bad book. He said, vanity of vanity, all is vanity. He lived it up. He really lived, man.
Yeah.
He had a kingdom, a whole kingdom, man. He had imports and exports. He had ships.
Yeah.
He sent people on excavations to bring back exotic animals, spices, and all that. Everybody sat around to hear his wisdom. That was Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah.
Gold of Ophir.
Gold. We had gold. We were decked out in so much gold.
Yeah. Gold on everything.
Yeah, man. We had our own land. We had our own cattle. We had our own servants. You know what I'm saying? We had a family structure.
We had slaves.
We had slaves on us. Well, it was in peace. It was a time of peace.
That's right.
You know?
Get a precept.
So these freaking, let me say this real quick. Because these stupid ass vocab, you don't understand, man. Like I was listening to the brother El Wamba, man. Yo, the first dominion of the king, the first 1,000 years, hell yeah, we're gonna whip you heathen's ass, man.
That's right. That's right.
Especially Esau.
That's right.
Esau's the only one that's gonna get wiped out. And then we gonna give you heathens your land, and you have to follow our rules, which is this. That's right. It's the Bible, man. That's right. And you're gonna go off, we're gonna find you, okay? We're gonna lock you up. That's how they do this, right out here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You might get your ass whooped here and there. Shit, you did it on to us, man.
Football numbers.
Yeah, man. You football numbers.
Yeah. Twice life, everything.
Yeah,
man.
2 life sentences and
Death
shit.
row, all that.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's forever, man. But we're not gonna be like Esau, man. We're gonna be feared.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
We're gonna be feared, man.
40 legs.
That's after we destroy Esau.
Yeah.
After we destroy Esau, we're gonna be feared with the nations through the spirit of power. That's say the Bible, man.
That's right. Yeah. Because we're gonna have the laws on our inward parts, so we're gonna know how to judge right.
Yeah, man.
Because we got a lot of work still.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
We're gonna be immortals, and you guys gonna be mere fucking mortals, man.
That's right.
We're gonna have jurisdiction over you. We're gonna be giving you fucking food and all that stuff. Make sure you follow the dietary laws. You're gonna learn today, man. You're gonna learn that Hebrew. All that, man. Y'all gonna learn, man. Alright? Y'all going down, man. That's right. Let's say the Bible, man. That's right. Hold on, man. I'm sorry. What are you gonna read, brother?
I was gonna back you up about Solomon with the gold.
Nah, I won't need that, man. What you have, brother?
For the nations, that we gonna punish them if they don't follow the laws.
Oh man, that's in Zechariah?
Yeah,
get that, brother.
This is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
That's going to be our rules right there.
That's right.
In our kingdom, that's going to be, you must come up to do what? What they got to do, brother?
It says, from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
That's it, man.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
And it shall be that...
Well, elaborate on the Feast of Tabernacles, brother?
Yeah, kind of. And then too, a precept to back this up is Deuteronomy 16 and 16, where it says that all males shall present themselves 3 times a year to keep these feasts. It was 3 feasts. It was the Feast of the Tabernacles, it was the Feast of the First Fruits, and then talking about the Passover.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ak.
It says, and it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
Yep, shall be no rain. If you don't come respectfully, bowing down to the King and serving and holding these high holy days, you're not going to get no rain in your land, so you can't prosper with fruit and vegetation. And your cows are not going to get fed. Your cows might get sick and die off, man.
Basically a famine.
Basically a famine, and the curses are going to be put upon you, basically.
That's right.
Deuteronomy 30th chapter.
That's right. Go ahead.
It says, and if the family of Egypt go not up and come not that have no rain, there shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of all the nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Right, and the reason why it says Egypt, because Egypt means the house of bondage. Yeah. In the kingdom, the Israelites are going to be up in rulership, and all the other nations are going to be in slavery. That's why it mentions Egypt, the house of bondage. So there's going to be the Israelites on top and all the other nations in slavery, subjection, due to present themselves and holding these high holy days, man.
That's right.
And that's all basically order and rulership.
That's right.
You know, whether you like it or not, man. You know, that's plain,
yeah,
bro.
man. That's gonna be that's it, man. Right. No more. So no more your punk ass tickets and none of that shit, man.
Yeah, bro.
Shit is over, man. You must come up and worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. If not, we're gonna put a foot in your ass, man.
That's right.
Your land is gonna get plagued and all that, man.
You gotta bend the
you're not gonna get no rain. So that's caused a fucking a famine.
Right.
All right, you assholes. Your fucking crops are gonna die. Your animals gonna fucking die, man.
That's right.
And your children gonna fucking starve.
That's right.
That's right.
You gotta bend the knee, man.
Yeah, right. Bend the knee.
Go ahead.
What she say? Draconius? What she say, man?
Dracarys.
Dracarys, your ass. That's spiritual power, man.
Man.
That's right. Oh, yeah, you finished that in 43, brother? Or did you finish that, brother?
No, I'll finish it off. It's back in 1 Kings 11 and 42. In the time that Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over Israel was 40 years.
Yo.
And Solomon slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David, his father, and Rehoboam, his son, reigned in his stead.
So we want to read 1 Kings 12, 1 to 33.
Okay.
And what time you got? Anybody got time?
11:17.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were to come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, and they that sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve you. And he said unto them, depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed, and King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father, while he yet lived, and said, how do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, if thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
So this is young Rehoboam, a young proud-ass king seeking, you know what I'm saying? I messed it up. Yeah, this dude, man. So he wanted to seek counsel from the elders, how to rule over the people, because we had a council of wise individual among us, man.
Right.
We did not make hasty decisions, man.
Right.
We're a nation of kings and priests.
That's right.
Yep.
You understand? We moved with order at one point, man.
That's right.
Strict order, strict guidelines, man. We were once a monarch. Is this what we read of our monarch over the world, man? Okay, go ahead.
Right. Back in 1 Kings 12, verse 8, it says, but he forsook the counsel of the old men which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him.
Tripping.
Yeah.
Which stood before him.
His little gang.
Yeah.
His little clique.
His homies.
His homies, yeah.
It says, he said unto them, what counsel give ye that we may answer this people, who has spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter. And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto this people that speak unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And now, whereas my father did lay you with heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father have chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. So Jeroboam and
yeah, and he's talking shit because when you read Deuteronomy 28th chapter, talking about the curses, there was a specific curse talking about our eyes shall be evil towards our brother.
Right.
And that's going into heavy hatred towards each other at that time period, man. Okay? Can you read that last part about the scorpions out?
It says, and now whereas my father did lay you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father have chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
Man.
Damn, bro. That's the type of tension we had amongst the tribes, man.
Yeah. That's a civil war brewing up right there, man.
Yep. Or the brother Yashimar, but that's the reason why they made the Captain America movie Civil War, because Esau brought out of the scriptures.
Yep. That's how we got split as a nation, man. You understand?
That's right.
That's how deep your history, the essence, man, the power of the scriptures, man. That's how deep this information is.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
It says, the 12th verse, it says, so Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord Yahweh, that he might perform his saying, which the Lord Yahweh spake by Ahijah, the Shilonite, unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse.
So that's the jealousy right there, man.
Yeah.
How you guys gonna treat us like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, aren't we part of the covenant as well, man? Like, aren't we family? Like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
You know?
That's cold, bro.
That's cold, man. But that's all part of the plans of the kingdom being split.
Yeah.
That was part of the prophecy happening right there. So the Lord created drama, intense drama between the Israelites, man. The civil war broke out.
Yep. That's Judah vexing Ephraim.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, come, bro.
Ephraim envying Judah.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
yo, what the fuck? What about us, man? Then we receive the same covenant, the same promises, man. Now the Lord's bringing us all back, man. The elect. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, neither have we inherited.
What verse you on, bro?
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
I'll start from the top. This is 1 Kings 12 and 16. It says, so when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed unto their tents. As for the children of Israel, which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them.
Right. So that's dealing with all Judah, Benjamin, Levi, man. That's the southern kingdom. So-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians. South side. You southerners.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, then the king Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones. Wow.
Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
That's a horrible death.
Yeah.
Man. It says, and all Israel.
That's the northern kingdom right there. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It says, and all Israel stoned him with stones that he died. Therefore, King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Stolen.
Damn. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it says, so Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
Unto this very day. So we back now, man. The house of David is back.
Yeah.
You got brothers from the north up in here, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's right, man. We back, man.
Some more.
You know what I mean? Oh, praise Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Them days is over. That's how it all started, man. That's how we got scattered and messed up as a nation.
Yeah.
We discontinued from our heritage, man. For the Most High to jack us up, to rebuild us, to mold us into gods, man.
That's right. That's
We
right.
went through the harshest shit in our fucking lives, through our freaking bloodline, slavery, murder. We still here, man.
That's right.
We still here, man. They can't fucking kill us, man.
Nope. Right.
You understand, man? Through the spirit, we still here, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Quick, this is Amos 9 and 11. It says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old."
When you go into the history, King David and his mighty men, and how he used to roll as a military unit. We once had a military, man. This Bible is real. This is not a fairy tale. We once was a ruling nation, a super world power, man.
On one accord.
On one accord.
That's right.
Dominating these other nations, man. Putting their ass to flight. So under King David, we really flexed on these fucking nations, man. So that's what the Most High is bringing back, man.
That's right.
That tabernacle under King David is beloved, man. And these things are happening. It was the year of prophecy, man.
That's right. That's right.
That's right, John.
Go ahead, bro.
Ecclesiasticus 47 and 21. So the kingdom was divided, and out of Ephraim ruled a rebellious kingdom. But the Lord would never leave off his mercy, neither shall any of his works perish, neither will he abolish the posterity of his elect.
Man. See that? So the Lord is gathering the elect, man.
That's right.
Out of the nation of Israel, out of the northern kingdom, man. That's beautiful. One more time, bro.
Ecclesiasticus 47 and 22. But Yahweh Shem Yahushai will never leave off his mercy, neither shall any of his works perish, neither will he abolish the posterity of his elect, and the seed of him that loveth him he will not take away.
And we that, Yasarai Allah, Jezreel, the seed of the power coming back, man.
That's right, man.
That's powerful.
The seed of Yahweh, man.
That's cool, man.
Coming back, man.
The predestined.
Yeah. Initiated souls.
Right.
Yeah, the ordinary guys, man. Where our mind is so focused, it's beyond your freaking punk ass little world you in, man. Little punk ass box. You people just don't know what goes on in our mind. Too high for you, man. Oh, fuck your life up, man.
Got a little bit more.
Go ahead, bro.
Wherefore he gave a remnant unto Jacob, and out of him a root unto David.
Yeah, man. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom coming back, man. You finish that in 1 Kings 12?
I'm on the 19th verse.
Go ahead, brother.
This is back in 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 19. It says, "So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. And it came to pass when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all Israel. There was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only."
Yeah, that was mainly Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It says, and when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin and 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel.
Yep. That's that civil war, man.
Over 100,000 Judites, bro. What the?
That's gold, bro.
Yeah, and Benji.
And Benji, man.
Benjamin.
You know what I mean? Like, that was a friction, bro. Go ahead. Because we multiplied, man. And Jake liked to, Israel was multiplied as the stars of as the skies, man. Go ahead up.
That's right, back in 20.
That's fucking crazy. Like, you gotta envision that shit. Like,
you have to, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro.
And look at Judah, man. We know for that stature.
Yeah, bro.
Back in the 21st verse, it says, "And when house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin 184,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam the son of Solomon.
Yeah.
But the word of the Most High came unto Shemaiah and the man of the Most High, saying, Speak unto Rehoboam the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, ye shall not go up nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearkened therefore to the word of the Lord, and returned to depart according to the word of the Lord. Then Jeroboam built Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence, and built Peniel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, Now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord.
Yeah. So that's that Ephraim.
I got it, bro.
Go ahead, brother.
This is
Turn to idols.
Oh no, I know that one is that too though.
Which one is gonna pull, man?
Oh, Isaiah 11, but I know that one is that too.
What is gonna pull for Isaiah 11? What you gonna pull?
Yeah, exactly. Judah should not envy Ephraim.
Man,
bro. You want that one?
Yeah, get that. Man, bro.
Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12.
It's like it, brother, because it was the spirit of the Lord that it didn't go down like that,
Yeah,
man.
man.
That's what it was.
You imagine 104 score.
Slaughtering each other.
Come on, man. You know what I mean? That's cold, bro. That's fucking cold. Esau probably don't even have that type of number in his army, man. You know? Man, that would have been some. Man, blood would have been shed, man. Let's go out. For real, bro.
He said Jake
They were all warriors, man. Like, you got a picture like a bunch of LeBron James.
Yeah. Gold dog, horses, chariots.
Bro, this ain't gonna go down. Nah.
Yeah.
That's right. Nah. That's right.
Fuck y'all think you are, man. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that shit's crazy, baby. You envision that shit like we on the motherfucking battlefield.
Bro. You gotta do it, bro.
Motherfucker, what? Yeah. Jake was like, oh, shit. Yeah, man, finish that out, bro. Stop it out. 33, right?
33, count.
Yeah.
Let's start back at 23. It says, this is 1 Kings 12 and 23. It says, Speak unto
No. I said stop at 33.
Stop at 33?
Yeah, where were you at before?
26. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Slocky. This is back in 1 Kings 12 and 26. And Jeroboam said in his heart, Now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam king of Judah. And they shall kill me and go again to Rehoboam king of Judah.
Yep. So the Most High sent a lion spirit on Rehoboam, man. This is what he's going to do. So that's how the split continued to happen, man. Go ahead.
It says, Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold and said unto them, Is it too much for you to go up to Jerusalem? Behold, thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other he put in Dan. And this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one, even unto Dan. And he made an house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people.
So that's why you got the your priesthood now.
Yeah.
Within the northern kingdom. It started right here. That's how the idolatry. We so-called Latinos, Native Americans, some Indians got into worshiping these idols.
Yeah.
It started right here, man.
Right.
That's why you got all these crazy ass priesthoods on the left hand side, man.
Yeah.
Because they weren't ordained to keep the laws like that, to be, affected with the laws. So that's not in your DNA what happens, man. We start doing their own thing.
Yep. Yeah. Start leaning to their own understandings. Like, nah, this the way it go.
Yeah. And that shit led into something else. Now you got Santeria, Bruaria, you got voodoo, a bunch of crazy shit, man. You know? Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and he made an house of high places and made priests of the lowest of the people, which were not of the sons of Levi.
So, because only the Levi, the priesthood was given unto so-called Haitians.
Yep.
Now, even they're going off, well, they heavy on the left-hand side as well, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month on the 14th day of the month.
15.
It's like the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah. And he offered upon the altar, so did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made.
The golden calves, go back to Egypt, man.
Yep.
Idols of Egypt. Go ahead.
And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made. So he offered unto the so he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised of his own heart, and ordained a feast unto the children of Israel, and he offered upon the altar and burnt incense.
Yep. I got the northern kingdom heavy into idolatry. That's where it started right here. The north is heavy into idolatry, man. Heavy on different idols, different saints you guys have. You know what I'm saying?
I got that, Hosea.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 17. It says, Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone.
Right, so yeah, man. So we have to speed this thing up real quick. So yeah, let's get 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 1 to 28. Yeah, we might not get to finish this, man. There's a lot of information.
Yeah, the scripture with the brother read that Ephraim was joined to idols, just like the brother said. If you look at all the Latinos, man, you go to their churches, you go to their houses, they got nothing but altars. And that stems from what happened in the scriptures, man. So they are heavily joined to these idols. You go to Catholicism, is heavily unto idols. All these other sects of church where these Latinos resides in, is heavy unto idols, man. Okay?
Yo, give me that 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 1 to 28. So it shows how, after the split, we as a nation, man, we started falling from our, our royalty, man. Because the Most High, prophesied how he's going to discontinue from our heritage.
Yeah.
This is where, things started getting bad for us as a nation, man. Go ahead.
This is 2 Kings, you saw one minute, start at the top.
17, 1 to 28.
The 2 Kings chapter 17, starting at 1. It says, in the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea the son of Elah to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh.
There's idolatry. Go ahead.
But not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria. And Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents.
Right, so around this time, he was the king of Israel. Go ahead, go jump down to verse 6.
Verse 6. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria.
So the Assyrians took down the northern kingdom. All right? This is the time frame, man, of us getting shipped up out of our land through captivity. Go ahead.
And placed them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Gozan and in the cities of the Medes. For so it was.
So pretty much they got took out of Jerusalem, Samaria. They got took it to like different parts of like what you call Iraq today, that region. Okay. When you look it up, go ahead.
And the Medes also from the house of Japheth. Go ahead.
It says, verse 7, for so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against Yahweh their power, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen whom Yahweh cast out from before the children of Israel. and of the kings of Israel, which they had made.
Yup. So the Lord, hey, that's why we got taken up out of there, man. Go ahead.
And
Go ahead, brother.
And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against Yahweh their power. And they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchmen to the fenced city. And they set them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree.
That's some heavy idolatry, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen whom Yahweh carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke Yahweh to anger. For they served idols, whereof Yahweh has said unto them, ye shall not do this thing.
Right.
Yet Yahweh testified against Israel and Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, turn ye from your evil ways, and keep my commandments and my statutes, according to all the law which I command your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets.
Right, man. So that's that. So I got this book I'm gonna bring out real quick. Give me that Negro question part 2. Go page 19 to 22 to show you some, some features in this book, man, of the Northern Kingdom, man, of the people of color. So who the hell are those people in the land of Israel, man?
That's right.
That's right.
Page 19 and 22. What time we got?
11:43.
Go ahead.
The Negro question part 2.
Yeah.
Chapter 4. It says the Assyrian invasion of Israel, King Jehu, and the princes of Israel. It says the black obelisk of Shalmaneser the third.
Yeah, Shalmaneser, the black obelisk of Shalmaneser the third. We just read about it in the Bible. Go ahead.
It said reign 858 to 824 BC is a black limestone bas relief sculpture from Nimrod, ancient Kalhu.
Read down, brother.
It says, I have enlarged the images of Shalmaneser's obelisks to give you an idea of how the Assyrian captors depicted the ancient Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. You will need to take careful notice that no one only are these brothers depicted as black men, but they also have nappy afros. It says below is an image of King Jehu of Israel kneeling before Shalmaneser,
the Assyrian,
which doesn't give a good detail of this afro or his blackness, but on the next page you will see that the Hebrew Israelites in the procession were black indeed.
There you go, man.
Damn. That reminds me of Absalom, King David's son. Israel got caught up in the tree.
Yeah. Right. Somebody give me that second Ezra chapter 13, verse 40 to 47, man. Then we'll close it out, man.
You sure I had it?
Can I read this real quick, Doc? In Lost Tribes and Promised Lands?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Read.
Go ahead, brother.
And this is the book of Lost Tribes and Promised Lands by Ronald Sanders. On page 77 it reads, all his life Columbus's ideas about geography were permeated with the peculiar religious mysticism. He kept a book of prophecies in which he collected quotations mostly from the Bible, often those dealing with isles far off. Yep. Now I'm going to jump down. It says, a striking element in Columbus's geographical religiosity and his intense and abiding interest in the 4th or 2nd book of Esdras, the 2 apocryphal books of Esdras purport to be additional writings by and about the Old Testament Ezra. So it's telling you that Columbus was reading the Apocrypha, in particular 2nd Esdras or the 4th book of Esdras, to find out where to come to the Americas.
Right, the islands far off.
Yeah.
North and Central South America. Give me that second Esdras. What you just
This is second Ezra 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
Remember we read in the Book of Kings the 10 tribes got taken out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, prophecy, man. Go ahead. And those are the what?
In the time of Hoshea, the king who Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters.
Right, read that. Those are the 10 tribes.
Yep.
No, you gotta read that, bro.
Back at verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hoshea, the king whom Salamansar.
What was you read in the book of Kings? Go ahead.
The king of
People
Assyria.
of color, man. Go ahead.
The king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Yep. So they left ancient Samaria, went to Middle East like Iraq area. You understand? Mesopotamia, Iran, that region. Go ahead.
Verse 41. But they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country, where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
So pretty much on this side of the earth, North, Central, and South America, nobody was living over here. No human being was living here. Only animals and, you know, it was a paradise over here, man.
That's right.
Untouched.
Only Solomon's Navy came over.
Right.
Like you said earlier, to give certain animals.
Exotic birds and gold.
Apes.
The Olmecs.
That's why you have, the Olmec head.
It goes back to the BC time frame.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 43. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood, till they were passed over.
So it was prophecy of the so-called Latinos, Native American Seminole Indians to come over here, man.
The signs.
You guys were, you know, the first inhabitants of this land, really. You know, and got taken down by the same individual.
Go
ahead.
Verse 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Azarath.
So they left the Middle East, went around Africa, through the Horn of Africa, came up through the waters. Most I held the flood, and they came over to the North, Central, and South America, and those different islands, man. Right, you know? Go ahead.
It said that name of that place was Arsareth. And in the Hebrew, it's Aratazah Acharat, which literally means another land or another earth, another part of the earth, or another landmass, which is over here in the Western Hemisphere, opposite to the Eastern Hemisphere, where they were. Okay?
So it took them a year and a half to get over here.
Which matches with the scriptures when
King Solomon.
Yeah, it said it took them 3 years.
Yeah.
To
get
3
going
years
back.
journey.
First Kings 10 and 22.
Yep. You finish that out real quick.
Verse 46. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come.
Yeah, the day that should begin to come, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. So eventually, you know, we are 350 year, you know, the captivity happened was 1600s.
1620 to 1970.
Yeah, man. You know, we got put on them slave ships. We came over here, and that's those that begin to come, man. During that time frame, we formed a lot of revolutions.
That's right.
You know. Right.
47. The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace.
Yeah, that's the great multitude right there. 10 tribes. So somebody give me we'll close it out with this. Somebody give me that Hebrewism in West Africa, page 135 to 137. Matter of fact, let me get that. Who got it? 135 real quick. Through it real quick, man. It says dealing with the Northern Kingdom. Page 135, man. This book right here. Hebrewism of West Africa. And this chapter is called The Lost Tribes of Israel. It says, for some time, missionaries in America, especially those in Mexico, had been sending home reports of religious customs and beliefs that avoid much of the Semitic origin. How the line is Shem. Jacob is from the line of Shem. Thus the Jesuits Acosta reported that the Indians had an infinite number of ceremonies and usages which are reminding one of the ancient law of Moses.
That's right.
You understand? It says, but was what time we got?
It's 11:51.
Yeah, but it was reserved for Vince Count Kingsborough, who gathered all the testimonies into a single volume, the only different Kingsborough book of what's that shit you got?
The
Antiquities of Mexico, Kingsborough.
Yeah.
They got all the pictures and all that stuff. Esau.
In that book, they show you that they had circumcision, that the land tribes,
priesthood.
they had priesthood, circumcision. They kept the daily sacrifices and the high holy days.
Yup, they kept the high holy days, man. And they knew about the flood. They knew about the creation. And we read that. Yup. Call it the deluge. Right? It says, testimony to a single volume to become the real propounder of the theory that would trace to a Shemitic source. The real we're Shemitic as well. That's a cut. Source those Indian customs and traditions. Thus he writes, it is impossible on reading what Mexican mythology, which is not a myth, records of a war in heaven and the fall of Zim-Tim-Moke, which is, the word for Satan, and other rebellious spirits, which is Esau, and the creation of the light by the word of Tenochtitlan, which looking up means the Most High, the Creator, and the division of the waters, and the sin of Yatzla Heke, right, as dealing with Adam, and his blindness and nakedness, which you should know the blindness and nakedness was they naked to Adam and Eve before that philosophy was given unto them. They all they knew was righteousness, man.
Right.
So they became naked. That's when they sinned. Okay. And his blindness and nakedness of the temptation of Suke-Keka, which is Eve, the Mexican Eve. That's their version of it.
Right.
So it matches up to the book of Genesis. And her disobedience in gathering roses from a tree, which brought different philosophies onto him, man.
Yeah.
And the consequent misery and disgrace of herself. You hear that? And her posterity, the woman all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
And through her, we all died.
Yup. Not to recognize scriptural and analogies, but the Mexican tradition of the deluge, which is the flood, is that which bear unequivocal marks of having been derived from a Hebrew source.
Get out of here.
It said the Viscount then develops the Mexican idea of the deluge and its subsequent events, such as the Tower of Babel and the dispersion of the nations, in parallel with the Bible story. So your history goes back to the Bible. What's that piece of paper I had? What else I had on here?
And that's why also the conquistadors had to destroy.
Let me get that Sex and Race Volume 1.
Right.
Get that Sex and Race Volume 1. Yeah, slack you, brother. What time we got?
I got 5 minutes.
Yeah, Sex and Race Volume 1. It's another good book you can get. It backs up with the scriptures, man. And Volume 1, go to verse. What page is that? Page 270. It's all the way in the back. Page 270. It's a good book, man. Very good book. Lines up with the scriptures, and it goes in that says the oldest inhabitants of Mexico, according to some, were Negroes. I'm sorry, that's not the one. With dark-skinned people, man.
I got a quick one, bro, that goes into saying how Jake, when he was over here.
Hold on, brother. All right, it says, River Palacio says, it is indisputable that in very ancient times before their existence, that ain't it. Okay, it says, according to Cambridge Encyclopedia, Quetzalcoatl, the Mexican Messiah, was also black and woolly hair. That's Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
All right? Quetzalcoatl is Yahweh Shai. The woolly hair and woolly hair, according to Buckley, the Mexican god Quetzalcoatl is clearly, and it goes off with some nonsense, it says, according to a Hayat Varel, an authority on the Central American Indian, a god, the Black Christ. You hear that? On the Central American Indian, a god, a Black Christ, existed in ancient Central America as in ancient Europe. He said, oh man. Yeah, bro. That's pretty much it, man. It says, he says, in the little church of Esquiputos, Guatemala, is the image of the Black Christ.
Yep. Esquipulas.
You're right.
Yeah, they do that.
To which thousands of Indians journey annually from the parts of Central America, even from Mexico and South America, man. So y'all was coming back together, man.
Right.
So-called Latinos, Native Americans, similar Indians, you're Israelites, man.
Right.
Going to Bible. So Lord was edifying. I was gonna get into the Southerners, who we the Jews, but pressed for time. What time we got?
3 minutes.
So yeah, man. So Lord willing to edify lesson unto the very elect. Or Lord, hopefully you learn something through the Spirit, man. You gotta study and show yourself approved. And we backed it up through the scriptures and different various books you can by yourself, man. Look up these things, man. Giving all praise to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. The water Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Rock the Yahweh. Rock the Yahweh. Rock the Yahweh Shai. Rock the Yahweh. Rock the Yahweh Shai, man. Rock the Yahweh. Rock the Yahweh. Man, we about to level up, brothers, man.
That's right.
Shalom, bros.